Scientists have proven that dogs are much better at spotting liars and unreliable people than we ever imagined. So when your dog growls at someone in your home, it might not be for no reason. Today, I'm going to show you 4 scientific reasons why you should trust your dog before you trust a new person. And reason number 1 reveals how dogs can actually tell when someone is being rude or unkind to you. After you hear it, you might look at certain people very differently. And that's not all. Later in this video, we'll talk about a study that shows dogs can even read human facial expressions and emotional states. So make sure you watch until the end. Let's get started. Keycap 1 reason. Dogs notice when someone treats you badly. First, imagine this. You're at home, struggling to open a box or a container. It's stuck. You're pulling and twisting it. Your dog is right there watching you. Then someone you know walks into the room. Now imagine 2 different scenes. In the first scene, the person sees you struggling, rolls their eyes, ignores you, and basically says with their body language, "Figure out yourself." In the second scene, the person walks over, smiles, and calmly helps you open it. Researchers created a very similar scenario with real dogs and their owners. The owner pretended to struggle with a container, and an actor would come in and either behave rudely and refuse to help, or behave kindly and actually help. Later, that same actor was told to offer a treat to the dog. So what happened? The dogs were far more likely to take the treat from the person who helped their owner, and they were much more likely to refuse the treat from the person who didn't help and acted rude. What does that tell us? Your dog isn't just watching you. They're also watching how other people treat you, how they talk to you, how they move around you, whether they respect you or dismiss you. For your dog, this is not a little social detail. It's a survival question. How does this person treat the most important member of my pack? If someone is cold, aggressive, or disrespectful toward you, your dog can tell. From their tone of voice, their posture, their energy. And in their mind, they're labeling that person as not safe, not kind, not on our side. So the next time your dog growls at someone you think is perfectly nice, remember this experiment. They might be picking up on something you've been ignoring. But it doesn't stop there. Dogs don't just react to rudeness. They also react to dishonesty. And that brings us to reason number 2. Keycap 2 reason. Dogs delete people they find unreliable. This next experiment is a bit uncomfortable, but incredibly powerful. Scientists wanted to test how dogs think about trust. So they used a very simple setup. 2 containers on a table. One has food inside. The other is empty. Small blue diamond in the first round, the researcher points to the container that actually has food inside. The dog walks over, checks it, finds a treat. Okay, the dog thinks, this human tells the truth. Small blue diamond in the second round, the same person now points to the empty container. The dog walks over, checks it, nothing. That wasn't right. Here's where it gets really interesting. Small blue diamond in the third round, the person goes back to pointing at the container that really has food again. But this time, most dogs don't go. They hesitate, look away, or simply ignore the signal. Some even choose to search on their own instead. Think about that. Just one time of being misled is enough to damage their trust. We like to say, everyone deserves a second chance. Dogs aren't always so forgiving. They love consistency and predictability. If a person is sometimes honest, sometimes deceptive, the dog's brain eventually stamps them with a label. Unreliable. Not worth following. In real life, this can look like a guest who once tricked your dog with a fake treat. Someone who pretended to throw the ball but hid it behind their back as a joke. A person who talks sweetly but moves suddenly and harshly. You might laugh and say, "Oh, come on, it's just a joke." But for your dog, that's a lesson. I can't fully trust this person's signals. And in a moment of stress or danger, they might choose not to listen to that person at all. In a minute, we'll talk about how dogs read our entire body language to detect threats. But first, let's look at how they see what most humans completely miss. Keycap 3 reason. Dogs read your body language like a code. Animal behavior experts say something very important. Dogs read body language first, tone of voice second, and words last. That's why sometimes you say, "Come here." But your body leans backward, your energy is uncertain, and your dog just stares at you, confused. Now apply this to how dogs see other people. For thousands of years, dogs have depended on reading other dogs' body language to stay safe. A stiff tail held high, a frozen body, direct, hard eye contact, sudden sharp movements. All of that can mean, warning, This might be a threat. That same skill works perfectly on humans. Imagine this. Someone new comes into your home. You smile, shake their hand, say, "Hi, nice to see you." But inside, you're not relaxed. You don't really trust them. Your shoulders are a little tense, your breathing changes, your movements are a bit stiff. Your dog is watching all of it. Not just your face, not just your words, your entire state. At the same time, they're watching the other person too. Are they moving too fast toward you? Do they crowd your personal space? Do they suddenly freeze up when you mention something? Does their smile disappear the second you turn away? Your dog can pick up on micro tensions and signs of hidden anger or unease that you might not consciously notice. That's why some dogs bark at certain people as soon as they walk in, wedge themselves between you and someone else, refuse to go near a person even though nothing happened, because in your dog's brain, that person is now potential threat to my human. But it goes even deeper. Dogs don't just read posture and movement. They also read our faces. And that brings us to the most fascinating reason of all. Keycap 4 reason. Dogs can read human facial expressions and emotions. You've probably felt this before, but science has now confirmed it. Dogs can understand a lot from our facial expressions and emotional state. In one study, researchers showed dogs enlarged pictures of human faces. Fear, sadness, anger, disgust, happiness, surprise, and also neutral faces. They measured how long the dogs looked, how alert they became, and even changes in their heart rate. The results: dogs reacted more strongly to angry, fearful, or highly emotional faces. In other words, they can feel when something is off emotionally. Now bring this into your daily life. Let's say you've had a rough day. You're upset, stressed, or sad. But you walk around the house saying, "I'm fine, I'm fine." You force a smile, but your eyes and facial muscles tell the truth. Your dog comes up to you, presses their body against you, licks your hand or face, refuses to leave your side. You ask, "What's wrong with you today?" But what they're really saying is, "I know something isn't right. I'm here with you." And the same thing happens with other people. A guest might speak politely, use friendly words, and show a big smile. But for a split second, their face might flash with contempt, anger, or anxiety. You miss it. Your dog doesn't. They notice the tightening around the eyes, the slight clenching of the jaw. The way someone smiled disappears a bit too quickly, even if it only lasts a fraction of a second. So when your dog won't relax around someone, stares at them intensely, stands between you and them, it might not be random at all. It might be their way of saying, something about this person's energy and expression doesn't feel safe. Paw prints: why you should trust your dog a little more. Let's quickly recap. They notice how people treat you. Dogs remember who helps you and who ignores you. They pay attention to kindness versus rudeness. They detect unreliable people. If someone misleads them or fake signals even once, many dogs will stop trusting that person's cues. They read body language like a survival skill. Tense shoulders, harsh movements, hidden anger. All of these can trigger a danger alert in your dog's mind. They understand emotional expressions. They see your sadness, fear, stress, and other people's real emotions, written all over your face, even when you try to hide it. Of course, this doesn't mean that everyone your dog barks at is automatically a bad person. But it does mean this. When your dog reacts strongly to someone, it's worth pausing and asking, "What are you seeing that I'm not?" So next time your dog growls at a stranger, refuses to take a treat, or wedges themselves between you and another person, instead of just saying, "Oh, he's being difficult today," maybe ask, "Are you trying to protect me?" Now I want to hear from you. Backhand index pointing right. Has your dog ever disliked someone for no reason? Maybe everyone else liked that person, but your dog refused to go near them. And later, that person turned out not to be so great after all. Share your story in the comments. Write "trust" or "I trust my dog" if you believe dogs see things we don't. If this video helped you understand your dog a little better, paw prints, leave a like. Paw prints and subscribe for more dog psychology and behavior videos. On this channel, we don't just talk about what your dog does. We explore